Okay, how's it going, guys? We're here again. So our third step, it's going to be repotting the cutting. I just wanted to show you, this little mason tree over here, and a few of my other trees that I have over here. This is my bonsai garden. All of those are shohin trees, and some of the bigger trees. Those are Paternocarya. And here's another one. So I have quite a few. I've sold a lot of them, but anyways, going back to the video. So our third step is going to be repotting, or potting this little cutting, so we can get roots out of it. So the steps that we're going to be, the items that we're going to be needing, we're going to need to begin with. You can go to your local nursery and look for the plum, cactus, and citrus soil, because this is very drainable. And when you're trying to root your cuttings for the first time, you want some soil that it's going to be able to retain moisture and be able to drain at the same time. So this is a perfect soil for that. So that's one. And then obviously we're going to need a little container, something probably this big for this cutting, because we want to make sure that we have the moisture required to get new roots out of that cutting. Okay, so that's our second. And then our third, since we have depending on your container, they're going to be using this one. This one, it does have a lot of big, like super big holes. So if you have a container similar to this, you're going to need some plastic mesh to be able to cover all those big holes. And because if not, once you keep watering, your soil is gonna go away from there, and it's gonna create air pockets, and those are gonna be the ones that are gonna be preventing your cutting from growing new roots. So you want to prevent that. So so that's first, second, and then obviously your third item will be the mesh, plastic mesh. You can buy this on Amazon. If not, you can go to the crafting stores, like over here in the Central Valley, where I live, by Sally, California. There's a store called Michael's, and if you I can't remember the section, but if you go to that similar stores like those, you're gonna find this plastic mesh. It's probably like $1 a piece, so it's very cheap and affordable. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna be cutting a little round shape. That way I don't have to be using little pieces to cover the all of those holes. So once I get that done, I think this is too big for that, so I'm gonna have to cut it. I'm gonna have to cut it again a little smaller. So let me go ahead and do that. Cut a smaller piece. Okay, so with that being said, let's go ahead and put it. So now we have it in place. So now let's go ahead and fill it up with some of this soil. Probably an inch below the top. And then this is very simple. This is the way I root the cuttings. So now once you have your soil on the container, what you're gonna do is just grab your cutting and then stick it in there. That's all you have to do. You don't need anything else, as long as your cutting it's already dry. So yeah, going back to that, so if you cut a fresh cutting, once you do the wiring and stuff like that, let it dry at least 1 or 2 days, and then once you're 100% sure that the cutting where you cut it's already dried, then it's ready to be potted. So okay, so like I said, very simple. Just stick it in there, probably all the way to here. It doesn't really matter if the first branches touch the soil. Don't really matter. So so go ahead and do that. Okay, so I already stick the cutting in there, and you wanna do a little compaction on that soil, just a little bit, just to be able to retain the cutting in place. Okay, so with that being said, this is just pretty much what you're gonna be doing. Once you have your cutting on your container, go ahead and look for a spot where it's gonna be getting a lot of sun throughout the day. right now we're obviously in winter, but you know, I have a spot, you know, for example, over here right next to, you know, these are the trees that I have over here. So this is where I'm going to be putting it at. And then our second step is going to be our second steps, and well, we have to kind of water it, but since my soil it's already moisture, I'm not gonna water it right now. I'm just gonna leave it like that. And then probably right now, since you know we're in winter, you know the soil stays pretty moisture, so I don't have to worry about watering it right now. So probably in about 2-3 days I'm gonna go ahead and water it for the first time. So we're just gonna leave it in there, and you know, and I think we're pretty much, you know, done. So what I'm gonna do, I think that's it for that cutting. You know, our following video will be whenever the cutting, you know, it's already producing roots, and how you're gonna be able to tell. You're gonna be able to tell whenever you see new growth on your cuttings. Like for example, this is basically a cutting. That's why it doesn't look like it has a lot of roots. I know for sure that it already has roots, because if you notice over here, there's new little tiny buds that I was able to get on this previous summer. So that means that we have roots. So our our following step, it's going to be repotting it to another, you know, to a bonsai pot, but we have to make sure that, you know, we have roots. So I'm probably going back to that cutting probably in about, I want to say probably a couple weeks, probably 3 weeks, 4 weeks right now, because you know we're still on winter. So you know any of the trees are, I mean, they're still dormant, so we're not gonna get any new buds from this cutting. So let's say a month, you know, we'll be back over here, and once we see new buds, so that's gonna tell us that there's new roots on the cutting. Okay, so you know, all right, so I think that's it for today. So if you guys like the video, please like and subscribe, you know, that way once, you know, I upload any other video, you guys will be able to get a notification, and you guys are going to be able to, you know, watch the video. Okay, so I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you. Bye.